So today we wanted to have a little chat with you about how to choose the correct size of belt. People are misled into thinking that they should follow the size of their trousers. And the truth is that your trousers lie to you. I always buy 32-inch trousers. Now, the problem is when you measure this waistband of this trouser, what you'll see is that all in, by the time I take in a little bit of stretch and the angle here, I'm actually at around 34-inch waist size, which means that if I followed the size here, which is a 32, my size would be wrong. You'd be buying a belt that was too small for you. But actually, when I wear a belt, I'm buying a size 90 centimeter belt, which in inches translates into about 35 inches. So what you can see is there's a big difference in between what we think is the right size based on our trousers and what is our right size compared to a tape measure. So I'm going to show you 3 different ways that you can measure yourself to try and get your correct belt size. So option 1 is to measure the waistband of a trouser. Now you can do that on the flat like this. Be a little bit generous, stretch the trouser out because you've got to take into account all this fabric. Measure across, measure to the middle, on the angle like that. So I've got 8.5, 8.5, which is 17, plus this 17 is 34 inches. Okay, so I need 34 inches as the circumference of my waist. That's what I need as a belt size. Now, option 2 would be to actually take a tape measure, and as I've done it here, put it through my jeans as I'm wearing them, so you can see exactly where your belt would sit. If I measure here, and I give it a nice little tug so it's really snug, I'm coming in at around 36.5 inches here on my waistband. That's where I'm going to sit it. So that's the strap plus the buckle. The whole length is 36.5 inches. So that would give you an accurate guide as to the belt size you need to have, including your buckle, your total length. So option 3, and probably the safest way to ensure you get the belt that fits you perfectly, is to take an existing belt that fits you well and measure it. Measure your belt end to end, totally, including the buckle, all the way to the stud. For example, here, I'm at sort of 43 inches, basically. You don't want to count the end of the tip. So what we do is we say we're 43 inches. We take off 6 inches, which is the distance between the tip and the first hole. I need a belt that's 37 inches long, including the buckle. If you give us that measurement, that will be absolutely fine. Or you can tell us, I want a belt that's 44 inches, total length, and that will also work, whichever you prefer. But be precise. If you feel you need a bit more length, you feel you want your tail to be a little bit longer, say, my current belt is 43 inches. I'd like it to be an inch longer, call it 44 inches. So follow your guide, take a belt that fits you well, and give us those measurements, and you'll get a belt fitting you exactly as you need it to.